The following contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Some scary moments for customers at a Kansas Home Depot. Police responded to reports of a bomb threat at the store in Wichita. A customer alerted employees. A man inside the bathroom said there was a bomb in the building. Police were able to locate the man responsible for those comments, and that man told police he warned other guests to leave the restroom because he was, quote, fixing to blow it up, but had no intention of causing a panic. Man also told police others in the room laughed, understanding his joke, which I'm just now getting. Home Depot says they will not be pressing charges. But I can tell you right now, you asked the producer for me to read that, didn't you? To Ethan now, please.
No.
Hello, boys. Mark.
I just pooped and it smells fabulous.
Lowell.
Welcome to my latest experiment. This is a big one.
It's the Mark and Lowell Show,
It was a show just for me and you, much like this podcast.
where two guys bring you stories and opinions
Our listeners will not laugh.
But if we laugh, then people will laugh.
built on 30 years of friendship.
You were singing operatically.
Yeah, while you were taking the camera.
And I was zooming in.
Zooming in on my crotch.
Yes.
Along with a regular cast of pals to help them remember it all.
Camp is the best.
Get your shit together.
All right, so back to your swamp ass.
Say ho.
Now, here's Mark and Lowell.
Hello and welcome, everybody, to the Mark and Lowell Show. I am your host, Mark Ronick, and here with me, as always, my co-host, Lowell Melser. Hello, Lowell.
Hello.
Hello, you survived the big hurricane in Ocean City, Maryland.
Oh, yeah, it was huge. Huge hurricane.
So big, it blew your hat off your head, literally.
Yeah. Hats off to you.
Was that like recorded?
It was recorded.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
And hey, that voice is our good friend, Lisa Runyon. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, boys.
We hadn't seen Lisa last week. You were at back to school night.
Back to school night.
Being a teacher.
The worst night of the year is over the first week of school. How sweet is that?
That's pretty sweet. And
Pretty
then,
sweet.
What, only a couple weeks before you're counting down when school's over? Or have you already?
No, I haven't. Although I heard a kid say it today, and it was hysterical coming out of a kid. It was so
already counting down the
He
days?
was already.
What?
He was like, oh my gosh, when is summer break starting? When is winter break at least? When is that?
I hear you. It's hard to get back into that swing.
There is that period. It really takes a good
2 weeks.
I think 2 weeks to really sort of get back into the swing of that routine for me.
Yeah.
Well, and like when you get back to school, just even the thought of winter break seems forever away.
Forever. So far away.
Christmas time. I mean, it's nuts. And, you know, we haven't actually talked about this yet, but is it really true that now in August at the grocery store, stocking for Halloween?
Yes.
They were doing that in August.
Insane.
I saw pictures on social media that there's Christmas trees already at like Home Depot and stuff.
Yeah, it's absurd. But why is it? Seriously, at first I want to say I wouldn't buy the candy right now because, you know, it's going to be old by then. I mean, you know,
Right.
2 months, but still, I want to give a kid fresh candy, right?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Well, really, let's be real. You're going to eat it if it's in your house and you buy it now.
Right.
That's why people.
Yes, that's the thing.
That's the
You're
thing.
either eating it now,
Right.
or you're saving it and then you're kind of giving a somewhat stale candy, or you're leaving it, and if everybody else is leaving it, you're just buying that same stale candy.
Oh, it's selling. People can't
in
resist.
October.
They can't resist.
Ugh.
Lemmings.
So listen, we've got, we thought we were going to have Jonah on. And as we've said, Jonah's been a little overwhelmed lately. He said he was not going to call in today, but I'm going to just give him a quick call. I just want to see. There he is. Look at this with the new board.
Oh, with the new board.
Legitimate.
Yeah. Hey.
Hello.
Well, hello.
No.
Is this Jonah Berger?
Hi, this is Jonah.
I can't come to the phone right now.
Yeah. Hello.
You've reached the rhythm within.
Yeah.
It's Jonah Berger. I can't come to the phone right now.
All right. Try not to talk too loud. The baby just fell asleep. Just fell asleep.
Hoo-hee.
Yeah. Settle down.
So you're saying you don't want me to make a lot of noise? Is that what you're getting at?
Not a lot of
Okay.
noise. Champ.
Remember when we used to... Remember when when you guys lived in Grosvenor in the apartment, and like the delivery guy would come to the door, and like someone would go, while the guy was at the door.
Whoever answered the door, the other ones would do it from the couch.
Yeah, from the couch, like screaming.
You'd have to look at the delivery guy and be like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the delivery guy. Jonah's like,
The good old days.
I forgot all about that, actually.
Oh yeah, that was every time.
Every time.
Jonah, I was telling Lowell, and well, actually Lisa knows. I was telling Lowell that you've had a lot going on today, and I think I know the catalyst that kind of kicked it all off for you. You want to tell Lowell what happened?
Oh yeah, I made the decision to carry a coffee mug on my laptop yesterday at work. Got back to my desk fine, put the laptop down, and over the coffee went right into the laptop.
Smoke! Oh, man.
Ooh, now. Ooh. And I got to tell you, it is unbelievable how thrown off I feel by not having my computer.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Thrown off.
Yeah, can you get it fixed at all, or is it done?
No, they said they can probably get the stuff off it, but it was kind of old anyway, so I went today and I bought a new one, and then that's been giving me a headache all day, and I'm going to take it back and get a different one because I don't like this one.
Wait, why don't you like it? What's wrong with it?
It's too small. I've gotten used to the big-ass screen. Big-ass screen. Big-ass screen. The one thing I didn't ask about in the store, DVD burner, CD burner.
You need a CD burner?
It ain't got no CD tray, which I know doesn't matter to most people, but it matters to me, champ.
They don't even make those anymore.
Yeah, I mean, most computers don't really make that anymore.
You'd be surprised how many, when I actually put it in, I'm doing research on Amazon right now. When I actually put it in, a ton came up.
Really?
It's not like it's gone. It's just that no one really uses it, but I would.
For what? Just to make playlists on CD?
Yeah, to make mixes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's his thing, man. That's his thing.
You know, you can buy a box of USB drives for cheap and do that.
Yeah, but I'm like
on USB drives.
I'm at the very end, admittedly, but I am still. There's like a few mixes still left in me, and I want the ability to.
See, we should explain to everybody. The thing is with Jonah likes to give the gift of music. So what he does is he has to give it to you in some sort of tangible form.
Yeah, tangible. Mark's always like, why don't you just share your playlist? And I'm like, oh, that's really a great gift. I've shared a playlist with you, as opposed to like putting a CD in somebody's hand with a catchy title and a colorful container. Come on.
Right.
Listen.
Right, and it makes a nice drink coaster.
Yeah, my sister says that all the time. I use it for coasters. Erica threw one of my mixes out the window on the New Jersey Turnpike once.
Aw, I love your mixes, Jonah. I really do.
Thanks, doll.
I appreciate getting them, and I look forward to it.
Thank you, Lisa.
Now, I will say I'm super bummed because in my new car, there's no CD player.
I know.
So I can't play them in my new car.
Right. See, that's the thing, Jonah. Is
I know. Ain't nobody got CD players anymore. I know.
Right.
But,
so you're giving everybody these CDs, but no one can hear them.
Yeah, but a lot of people, I venture to say, do any of your laptops have CD trays?
No.
My old laptop did, but my new one's a Chromebook.
Oh, wait, yeah, I have this old MacBook Pro that I'm using here, and it does have a slot for a CD.
So you can take my mix and upload it to your computer and enjoy it forevermore.
Actually, I think the cars still come with a CD player.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but they're starting to kind of phase that out too. But you're right.
I was shocked when we had been shopping for a while, and I was just like, I'm not like not getting this car over a CD player, but I really was bummed that there wasn't a CD player.
Not to mention a Discman,
A Discman.
A nice Discman.
A tape player, cassette tape player, perhaps.
I know. Well, that's how we roll.
Mm-hmm.
I keep it old school, man. I keep it grounded.
I do have some amazing cassette mixes, too.
Jonah, since you're here, do you want to just stick around for one quick part of the show?
Oh, you're such a pain in my ass.
No, you don't have to. That's fine. Never mind.
Oh, all right. I'm here, so.
because I wanted to talk to Lowell, and I figured you would appreciate this conversation too.
Okay.
I want to hear about what happened recently when you were on the news, and apparently you were talking about Ms. Pac-Man and Pac-Man.
Well, yeah, we were. I was filling in on the Sunday morning show doing weather, and there was a segment that came up that there are these virtual reality arcades that are going to start coming online.
Whoa!
And the first one is in North Carolina. And it's basically like a Dave & Buster's, but it's all virtual reality.
Wow.
So they have like virtual reality, like laser tag and archery and games and all that stuff, but it's all you wear the thing and you're in these different arenas in the place. Yeah.
Wow.
But then they also have like, 100 beers on tap and food and all that stuff. So it's like a Dave & Buster's virtual reality.
Wait, Jonah wants to know if they have CDs there.
Yeah, do they have CDs and checkers? Do they have checkers?
Yeah, checkers and backgammon.
Yeah, and backgammon.
And chess, but only the nerds play that.
Right.
So then coming out of the story, the anchor, Jen Franciotti, who's a doll, she says, I'm old school, and my favorite game is Mrs. Pac-Man.
Oh, no, that is not right.
Right, and I said, and then it comes to me for my tease, and I go, whoa, wait a second. I said, it's not Mrs. Pac-Man, it's Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man.
It's actually
yeah.
Ms.
Yeah, Ms. Pac-Man, right.
Mm-hmm.
And I said she was with Pac-Man, and they had a baby.
That's right.
And then she goes, oh, Miss Pac-Man had a baby? How scandalous. They weren't married.
Yeah.
And it got into this whole thing. And then, like, I was trying to, like, dance around it because I didn't want to offend all the single mothers
Single
out
moms,
there.
right.
She was before her time.
So then it got into this whole social media thing where everyone was, like, weighing in on whether Miss Pac-Man, if they were married, if they weren't married. But then I said, but the baby was delivered by a stork in the,
That's right.
in the game.
So if you guys remember, when you would clear a certain level,
there's that story.
Yes,
part.
there were
Video.
acts. Like you'll recognize this. This is from Ms. Pac-Man Act 1.
That's like they meet.
Yeah, they meet. But the weird thing, I guess it's probably because I didn't get to Act 3 very often. This is the music to Act 3, what Lowell's talking about, where there is a stork that flies by and drops off baby Pac-Man.
Right.
Wow.
That's it.
Yeah, from the baby.
Yeah, and I had no idea.
The second act is like the chase or something?
Yes, the chase, I think.
Yeah.
The chase.
But that led me into this whole thing, because there are several other ways of proving that there was a baby Pac-Man. There was also the cartoon, the animated series.
Now that I totally remember.
I was into this cartoon.
I remember it.
totally.
Listen to this.
That's me.
That's me. There's the baby. See?
Have those power pellets.
And that guy is like Gargamel. But I like that they kept the music kind of Pac-Man-y. And there's that Hanna-Barbera music that is so identifiable.
Right,
When
yeah.
you hear the Hanna-Barbera, it made me think about pulling some different music from there that I think you guys will all recognize, like this one.
Oh, yes. Hold on.
Now, here's the thing. This isn't necessarily from, most people might say, the Flintstones. Hanna-Barbera just recycled all of their music
all their
for a
music,
while.
right? Yeah.
Right.
That sounded so familiar.
It's really from any Hanna-Barbera.
Right.
Here's another one.
Yep.
Right? It's some kind of like busy doing some kind of work or something like that. Right?
That totally reminds me of Flintstones, too.
And then there's, let's see, we've got...
Yep. This was definitely on the Flintstones, I remember. They were driving.
And then this one, I'm so happy I found. This might make its way into the board as
It
the new
should.
Wapa
Yeah, it's
Baba.
got to, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Hanna-Barbera.
That is how it's labeled, actually, Jonah. You are correct.
What is it called? The
Hanna-Barbera Wa-Ba-Ba-Ba.
Yeah, ba-ba-ba-ba.
And then finally, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Flintstones, though, primarily, right?
Yeah, that's definitely. I think
There were so many that I
don't know if it was used in others, but it definitely was used in the Flintstones in that one. But yeah, those are some classic sounds. Oops. I hung up on Lowell there. Sorry, Lowell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some board. Legitimate was just sold you that board.
No, that was user error. I literally hit the end button and I hung up on you. Sorry.
Yeah. Freudian slip. Mhm.
All right. Well, Jonah, we will let you go because I know you are you have a lot of catching up to do now that you're.
I'm all up in it.
Steaming like a demon.
Yeah, I gotta high speed dub my cassette mixes for all my friends.
Yes.
Those dual cassette players.
Dual cassette, and it's gonna shave my total make one mix time down to like easily 22 minutes.
Oh yeah, high speed dub.
High speed dub.
All right. Good luck, Jonah.
All right, love y'all.
Love you. Oh, that's the other thing about Jonah. Jonah is the quickest hanger-upper I've ever met. I mean, you can barely say bye and he hits the end button. He's always been that way.
Yes.
Which I kind of prefer because honestly, like I sometimes talk to people and they're like, okay, all right, have a good day.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, and we'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.
All right, you hang up.
No.
Jeez.
Oh, you know what I also forgot was there was also a baby. Did you ever play that baby Pac-Man video game?
Yeah, it was a pinball machine and a video game in one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The interesting thing was there were no power pellets in the video game part. You actually had to earn them doing the certain thing in the pinball game.
The pinball game? Yeah.
Yes.
But I can't remember. I think it was primarily a pinball game, and then the bonus part was the video game part.
Oh, really? You think it was the other way around?
I think it was the other way around.
I can't remember anymore. But that game wasn't very successful, I don't think. It was a good idea in theory.
Oh, and this I got in a thing, too. I think Ms. Pac-Man was better
I thought you were going to go here.
than Pac-Man.
Really? Why?
Because it had different boards.
Yes.
And I feel just like the gameplay was a little better.
Right. The boards weren't the same static board all the way through. There were actually different mazes that you had to go through. And the colors, they had different color schemes.
Right, they had bouncing fruits.
Right, you had to
of the
chase after
stationary
the
fruit.
fruits. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it just had more going on. And there were certain arcades that would have the high-speed Miss Pac-Man.
Yes, that's right. That came a little later.
Yeah, which was like really great because it was just so much better with a fast-moving Pac-Man.
Yeah, it had to be triple speed? Do you think?
Yeah, it was like really fast.
Yeah,
but I remembered enjoying Miss Pac-Man.
I think you're right.
Now, of course, when Pac-Man first came out, it was like amazing.
God's gift, yes.
Right.
I mean, I played that to death and still couldn't get super far in it.
No, you would just watch people in awe that could just sit there for hours playing it.
I remember my dad bought us a book. There was a book on how to beat it.
I remember that.
You had to memorize all the different moves to make and everything, and we tried it, but it was hard, man.
I learned there was actually a secret hiding spot in Pac-Man. I'm sure years ago we've talked about this before, but there was actually a secret hiding spot in the maze. You know where the fruit lives in Pac-Man when it pops up on the screen?
Vaguely.
Right?
Yeah, it's under the ghost thing.
Yes, it's under the ghost box, and it's almost like sitting on a shelf-looking thing, and and that shelf is the shape of a T. On the right side of the T, if you brought Pac-Man there, and you just stopped and stayed there, the ghosts would go right by you.
Oh, like they didn't see
They
you.
wouldn't see you. For some reason, it was the secret hiding spot.
Interesting.
And it still didn't do me any good at all.
No.
I totally feel like I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm proud of myself for that.
Right. Oh, I think I described it very well.
You did. I just don't know most of the video game things you guys talk about, but I do know Pac-Man. And I liked Pac-Man. That's one of the ones I played. And I just think Ms. Pac-Man is just second gen, right? And they were like, how can we make this cooler? A, let's make it a woman. And B, we'll throw in some cool new colors and cool new... And
right,
that
and
was
the
their,
technology got better,
right?
so they were able
so it was
to
some
be a little
upgrades
fancier
that they
about
were
it.
able to do.
And Miss Pac-Man had like a mole and lipstick.
Right, right. And a bow, right?
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It's true. I would love to see Miss Pac-Man recreated now, what she would look like, because they wouldn't make her look like that.
Yeah.
Similar to the Sonic movie, like Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Like
no, she would be much more liberated. Wouldn't be with the mole and the lipstick and all the bow and all that.
Marilyn sort of.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lowell, let me try this. So you said Ms. Pac-Man over Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do, Donkey Kong or Ms. Pac-Man, if you had to choose?
Oh, Donkey Kong was my favorite.
So
that
Donkey
was my
Kong,
favorite game.
that wins hands down over everything.
Yeah, that one's hands down of old school arcade games.
What about Dig Dug or Ms. Pac-Man?
Dig Dug, I felt like I could go farther on in Dig Dug than Miss Pac-Man.
Dig Dug was a great game.
Yeah, Dig Dug was a great game.
Frogger.
Frogger was good. Yeah, also a very good game. And I think there are still iterations of Frogger out to this day that kids play.
Yeah, Frogger, I mean, the problem with Frogger was it just got too difficult. After you solved the first screen, it just got so hard.
And again, I don't understand. I would be so mad at those kids that would be at the arcade that would just be kicking ass at the game.
Right.
Oh, I know.
How do you do that?
Right.
You know what game I used to like a lot was Tron.
Yes.
Because it had like 4 different games in it.
Yeah,
and
it looked so cool.
Yeah,
even though
Tron
it was really
a fun
basic.
game.
It was really basic back in the day, but it looked super cool compared to other video games.
I don't know that one at all.
Yeah, I just recently took Amy. A new Dave & Buster's opened up in our neighborhood nearby. And it felt great to walk through an arcade. It was hopping, kids were running around having fun, and the games are bigger and better than they were when we were kids, but still really cool to see an arcade still in existence today doing well.
Right.
I loved it.
Those are
go ahead.
overwhelming, those games in Dave & Buster's.
This
to
place
me.
was not overwhelming.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I don't, like, there's so many buttons, like, for people like me, like, I never played any of those games, like, so many buttons, and I mean, like, I don't really know what to do. I mean, but let's be real. Like, the last time I went to Chuck E. Cheese, it was kind of the same way.
Right.
It was like, well, what are you supposed to do?
Well, Chuck E. Cheese has got the majority of the games at Chuck E. Cheese now, which I'm sure, like Dave & Buster's, they're all ones that give tickets out. They're all they're not really video games anymore. It's more just like games where you get tickets.
Yeah, and it's like 10,000 tickets will get you 1 stick of a Kit Kat.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get you 1 Tootsie Roll, and not the big one, the small one.
Right.
Right.
Skee Ball. Do they still have Skee Ball? Because that's fun.
Yeah, Skee Ball's great game.
Yeah, Skee Ball's always a winner.
I can get on board with.
Now that would be a good one for your basement, Lowell.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought about it, but that's a lot of drama to get a Skee Ball.
It can't be any more drama than that bowling game that you have in there.
No, but it's longer. The alley's much longer than that. The bowling machine actually is fairly easy. Well, it's easier than that because it like divides into 2 parts.
Mm-hmm.
So the alley part comes off, and then there's the front part where the pins are and everything.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of drama, no matter how you cut it. You gotta have a professional bring it in.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, tell us. You told me last night or the night before. You had to tell me about some takeout experience you had.
Yeah. So, what was this? Sunday night? Was it Sunday night?
I think that was it. Yeah. Sunday night.
So, I had worked that morning, and I'm always like in a daze.
Okay.
I'm always in a daze.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do you have to get up super early then on a Sunday morning? Is that what that means?
Yeah, I woke up. Okay. The show starts at 5 a.m., so I was up at like, a little after 3.
Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah, it's quite a mio. And, it was kind of a lazy day. We were watching football, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
The kids were actually being good. Reed was enjoying watching football.
Yeah, and you were texting me how bad my Redskins are.
Well, no, they looked great in the beginning there.
Yes, and then at the second half, you said to me, Mark, they're going to blow it now, aren't they? And I said, yep, of course they are.
Of course they are.
Sure as shit.
0-16, baby.
We still have to talk about maybe a possible bet.
Yeah, I just don't see how you could win the bet. I mean, the Ravens are definitely going to have a better record than the Redskins.
That would be the bet. And so far, that would be a very stupid bet for me to take unless there were some kind of odds or something really worthwhile to bet for.
Yeah, run around the block naked.
Flashback.
One day, we decided, because we were getting so competitive, that it was going to be a bet. And I think it was it wasn't late at night, but it was dark, I remember.
I'm sure it was late into the night. Like, you and I would stay up all night. So it was, I'm going to say
It was probably around midnight.
Okay.
Like I think it was pretty late. Parents were definitely asleep.
Right. Yes, they were. And I think my brother was there watching the whole ordeal.
With glee.
Yeah. We were in high school and obviously then I was living at home with my folks.
Yeah, we were still in high school. We were definitely still in high school.
So do you want to reveal the bet?
Yeah, Mark and I got into this thing. And the thing about our games, which were great, was that 95% of the time, the game was decided in the last, 30 seconds of the game. It was, our games were very close. So it was a fluke if somebody ran away with it. It just didn't happen.
Right.
So we both felt confident in our games, and we said, all right, then we're going to make a bet. And the bet, it was a 1-game match, and you could pick whatever team you wanted, whatever. And the bet was whoever lost had, of course, you know where this is going, had to strip naked and run around your court.
Yes.
Out front of your house. You had to run from your mailbox around the court and then back to your mailbox buck naked.
That's right.
Buck naked.
And I don't know about you, but first of all, definitely was confident enough that it was not going to be me doing that. And then also just in the back of my mind, he's not going to really make me do that.
But listen, it came down to the honor code thing at the end. And I think we'll tell the story, but whoever had to do it, I think there wasn't that much pressure to do it, but we were like, all right, we lost the bet, so we have to do it.
We have to man up.
So we start the game, and it was one of our classic games.
Yeah.
It was a battle, and everything was magnified. Our little gripes that we would have with each other, like missing the dunk, the 3-pointer in the corner was like, dude, really? Stop doing that. You're cheating.
Right, yeah.
You're cheating.
Okay, yeah, if you want to win from that cheating 3-pointer, fine, go ahead, do that.
Yeah. All right, we're done with halftime. We get back, and it comes down to the fourth quarter, and again, it is a tight game, but less than a minute left. It's tied. We're going back and forth. And if I remember correctly, I don't know if it was a buzzer beater or not to win the game.
I think it was.
I have a feeling, and it was that corner 3 that did you in when I hit it, and I knew I was going to hit it. It all happened in slow motion. The clock was ticking down. It was like 3, 2, pass to the corner, falling out of bounds, threw it up, and it was like,
yeah, and it was no. Yeah, just like the old days.
Like the old days. So we were deciding what we were going to do for dinner. I said, well, why don't we do, Dine Dash, and we'll get the Mexican that we like.
DoorDash, right?
DoorDash, yeah. We were like, all right, great. So we go on the computer, we order what we want, and then the total was like $50. And I'm like, what's going on here?
$50.
$50, because the entrees we ordered were like $12.95 and $12.95, and got an extra guac. The food part of it was only like $30-something.
Right.
And I look, it's like bullshit fee, and then another bullshit fee, and then another bullshit tip.
Oh no.
The fees and tip were like $20 fucking.
What? That's crazy.
And I was like, are you what? I'm like, what is this?
Oh my God.
What is going on here?
But really, okay, I know you say bullshit, but what were they?
It was like Dine Dash tip $5.99, and then it was like taxes and fees was like $8, and I was like, what? And I look, and it's like, yes, we need these fees so that we can keep bringing you a great service, like Dine, like whatever it is, DoorDash. And then they tack on the tip.
Oh, they added it automatically?
Added in the tip already. It was like
what?
It was like $5 for the tip.
What?
That is
so. It was like $17 in fees with the tip. It was like $17 extra.
That's insane.
And I said to Allie, I said, no fucking way I'm ordering this. I'm like, who is ordering this?
Wow.
Who's doing this?
I think it's because people don't pay attention.
They must not, because I was like, dude, this is weird. So I looked at the breakdown and I was like, no fucking way. Go out of business, assholes. I'm not paying this money.
Right.
So I said to Allie, I said, look, we want Mexican. I was like, it's not that far. It's like 2 miles away. I'm like, I'll just go get it.
Okay.
So I go and I get it,
Mm-hmm.
and no problem, bring it home. And it was still kind of like around 6.
Okay.
So we're like, let's just, we didn't eat till 7.
Okay.
I'm on the porch, and Allie's getting the food ready. And she says to me, listen, I don't want you to get mad, but, and I'm immediately, I'm like, oh, they didn't get the order right. They didn't get the order right. And I said to Allie, when this was all said and done,
I wish I could have heard what was going through Allie's head as she's preparing to tell Lowell this bad news about the meal.
Yeah. She's like, listen, I've done an inspection of this, and I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I may not be looking at this right.
Okay.
But I don't think all of our food is here.
Oh, no.
And I was like, why?
Why
me? Why me? And so I go in and I look at so we got like these combination dinners, okay? So it was like 3 things and beans and rice.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a taco, a taquito, and
right. I got a chicken taco, a beef taco, and a shredded beef
enchilada.
No, it's the flat one on the corn tortilla.
Quesadilla.
Tostada. Yeah. Which, by the way, shredded beef is my new jam. That's all I'm getting now.
I've been into beef lately. I haven't been for a long time, but lately I've been really back into that.
Shredded beef tacos are way better than ground beef tacos.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah.
So just as a side note. So we go in there and I'm like, all right, I see the chicken taco, I see the tostada, and I see one of Allie's burritos, okay? And I'm like, yeah, they left out like 3 things. But at this point, I didn't feel like driving back, and Allie and I kind of said we had 2 orders of beans and rice, and we had like 3 things. We could make it work.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave us chips.
Yeah.
So we could make it work. All right, we make it work. So I called the guy.
So what you're going to look for a refund? Is that what you're?
Yeah, I was going to see what So I call the guy. First of all, there's sort of a language barrier, kind of.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like trying to explain it to him, and as I'm explaining it to him,
yeah,
it's somebody's birthday there.
Oh,
so they're all clapping, and I'm like, yeah. It's like.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Yeah,
happy,
I don't
happy
think
birthday!
I got the right order.
Birthday, you!
And he's like, what? Oh wait, hold on. And they're clapping, and I'm like, and Allie's listening to this.
Are you 2? Are you 3? Are you 4? Are you 5? Are you 6?
She's listening to this, and because I had it on speaker, and she's like dying.
Oh my god,
she's dying because I can't explain. It's hard enough to explain what's going on here.
Now, are you still mad at this point, or
not
you...
mad? Not mad.
You're not mad now.
Being calm, Lowell.
Okay. Wow.
You had been very proud of me.
I am shocked.
Yeah, you've been very proud. I was trying to do the get more flies with honey thing than vinegar.
Yes.
So he goes over with me, finds my order, and I'm like, listen, I said, I'm not mad or anything. I was like, can you just refund me for one of them and we'll just call it even? And
okay.
He was like, yeah. And he was like, okay.
Wow.
So we do that. I get my money back. I thank him. I said, this does not affect how I feel about you guys at all. We're still going to support you guys. Just thank you for helping with this.
Okay. Wow.
So we sit down to eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tin that has beans and rice in it and what appeared to be a tostada.
Okay. Yeah.
I dig in to start eating, and I realized because we had let the food sit for so long, it had kind of gotten a little soft.
Yeah.
And I noticed in the thing with the tostada is my 2 other tacos.
Oh. It was buried under it?
It was buried under it. So they did get the order right.
Oh, man.
And then I felt like first class heel.
Yeah.
And I said to Allie, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm calling them back.
Okay, good.
And I'm going to tell them I said, it's just good karma.
Right.
That's right.
So I called back, and it took them 5 minutes to find the guy that I was talking to.
Oh, because they didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
No, I'm like, listen, I was trying to explain. And this woman who answered the phone was like, you are crazy gringo, dude. I don't know what you're doing.
And then there's a happy birthday.
And and then it did it again. Yes.
They
got on the phone again, and there was another birthday. There's another birthday.
People love that. People love
There's another
the big
birthday.
hats and
I know.
So then the guy comes on, and I'm like, listen, man. I said, I just called you about this. I said, we found it. You didn't get the order wrong. you got it right. I said, but please just don't give me the refund. It's fine. He's like,
right.
Well, I already refunded your card. I'm like, listen, here's my card. Take it back. Charge it.
Yeah.
And so
did
he's
he?
like, okay. And he did. And I said, and he's like, thank you. He said, you're a good person. So so it made me feel good.
Sure.
Right.
Like it had a happy ending. And I said, listen, man, I didn't want to, it was totally my fault. I said, I didn't look good enough. And I was like, you got the order right. And it was my mistake. And, keep the money. And we love your restaurant. We're definitely coming back and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, all right, thanks. He was like, legitimately like happy on the phone. And so Allie was like real proud of me that I did a mitzvah.
Yeah.
So that was the drama with with the
You
whole...
actually had a happy story.
Yeah, it was a happy story, but it was like it was
a nightmare
amount of drama for
yeah.
dinner, right? For carry out.
Wow.
Just like a tremendous amount of drama.
Yet you kept your cool.
I did.
I don't understand.
I was very proud of myself. At first, I was mad when I finally figured it out. But then once Allie and I kind of looked at each other and said, well, there is a lot of food here still, and we can make it do, and we have extra chips, and we can just make a dinner out of it. I was like, all right, that's fine.
Right.
But then, then it all worked out. All worked out. So
hey, we've got to wrap up, but I just want to ask you, what was that tweet I saw recently about you being on a podcast about the weather or something like that?
Oh yeah, Tony Pan, one of the meteorologists at our station, they do this thing called Weather Talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they do a 15-minute podcast every week on the weather.
Oh, okay.
They wanted me to be on tomorrow, and I said yes, but it all depends like what happens with me.
With like what kind of story you have to report.
Yeah.
All right, well, everyone should look out for that.
Promoting the show.
Yes, thank you for doing that. I like that.
Yeah, at my past couple of tweets, I've done it.
Yes, you have.
It's funny how when I don't do it, you yell at me.
All right.
And then when I do it, you don't acknowledge it at all.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I was just telling my wife how you've been really making a big effort to, push Mark and Lowell and just remind people that it's out there. And she looked at me and she said, have you told him that yet?
Yeah.
And I said to her, no, I'm planning on it, but I just needed to first see if it was it really a trend or was it just a little flash in the pan?
Oh, yeah, shame.
But you did it several times, so now you are owed a thank you for pushing the show so much lately.
Yeah, because you really got on me for not.
Right.
And now, I try and participate, and then it's
I know.
Crickets. Yeah,
no.
Now you are, and what do you hear?
Exactly.
All right. That will do it for the Mark and Lowell Show. Please go to Facebook, go to Twitter, friend and follow us over there. And if you need that information or any other information, Mark and Lowell, just go to markandlowell.com.
And if you want to get me on all the social medias, I'm on TikTok and
we're live in
what else? Instagram.
Forget where we are. Where are we? White Marsh, Lowell Melser, WVAL, TV 11 News.
And a special thanks to Lisa Runyon.
Bye, boys.
And she ain't lying.
And a thank you to Jonah Berger for joining us on the phone earlier.
And if you want to get me later, you can get me on www.getmyselfanewcomputer.com.
Yeah. Don't put your coffee on your computer.com.
Yeah, perfect. And a big shout out to Buzz Burbank, RJ Diaz, and Aaron Lamb, and everybody else who helps us with this show. For Lowell Melser, I'm Mark Ronick. We will see you next time on the Mark and Lowell Show. Bye-bye.
Flashback.
Yeah, and it was no. And my brother is going, yes!
We were screaming, and your parents like, hey, Mark, it's enough with the amplifier. Your dad.
Yeah.
Like, so mad. Hey, guys, let's cool it out. Let's cool it down. Take it down a notch. It's midnight.
Yeah, and so, as the man that I was...
Yep, you And I didn't even pressure you. I was like, yeah, that sucks, huh?
Yes.
And you're like, damn it. Your brother was out there, and we went out to the mailbox, and you lived up to the bet.
I stripped down, and it was me, and I believe I had a ball cap on, and
I believe that it was like there was some snow on the ground, maybe, and you left like your boots on.
That's right. I had my
left the boots on.
I had
ran around the
big ass boots on, buck naked, ran down my street, around the little circle at the bottom of the street, and back up to my house. And to this day, I think that one of my neighbors, there's a girl neighbor that lived at the bottom of the street. To this day, I think that she saw me.
And she was like, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite.
She would always just make little comments about, what, like that next week, just like, so did you have your friend over the other night? And I'd be like, no, not at all.
We were out of town. Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Just flapping around the block.